And we are joined now by Wardah Khalid. She is a U.S. Middle East foreign policy analyst. Wardah, great to see you as always.
Great to see you.
What is your reaction, first of all, to Trump's decision?
Honestly, I think it was a terrible decision. It seems like Trump was trying to fulfill a campaign promise, and this is something that he said in his speech announcing the change. But that campaign promise does come with costs. As we saw around the world, there were protests. The Arab League has spoken out against it. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has spoken out against it, as well as everyday Americans and other people around the world just think that it is a bad idea, and it will only throw a wrench in an already very fragile peace process.
What is your reaction to all the violence going on? This is really not going to get us anywhere.
Violence is not going to get you anywhere, but it also doesn't come as a surprise. This is something that analysts warned of in the days ahead of Trump's announcement. People have been clashing, not only in Israel-Palestine, but there have been protests in Jordan, in Turkey, and Egypt. And so people are very upset about the issue. When we saw in Gaza, there were rockets fired from Gaza, and Israel retaliated with airstrikes, injuring dozens in Gaza. So it's become very problematic. There also have been 2 deaths, Palestinian deaths. So it's been very unfortunate.
The Palestinians are saying they're now considering all their options. What are their options?
Well, the Palestinians honestly have been saying that they do not feel that the U.S. is an honest broker. And so they may look to other countries to facilitate a peace process that they have been relying for so long for the U.S. To facilitate. And that is a huge blow for the United States if we are kept out of that peace process, because that is something that we have always prided ourselves on being able to move it forward. It is something that President Trump has said that Jared Kushner has been working on behind the scenes. And so if the Palestinians reject that, then we will have to find a new way forward, and this will lead to some isolation in the Middle East.
What are the implications of moving the embassy to Jerusalem? What does that mean?
There are several implications of moving the embassy to Jerusalem, but first and foremost, it recognizes Israel's sovereignty over Jerusalem, and that is something that the world unanimously rejects. According to UN Security Council Resolution 242, it said that Israel did not have control of Jerusalem, and it needed to pull out in 1967. And so when the U.S. moves its embassy there, it's rejecting that and is in fact saying that Israel does have sovereignty. Now, of course, President Donald Trump and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley have denied that and said that it does not change any of the facts on the ground, that the peace process will continue, but that's not how the world sees it.
It's going to take 2 years to do this. Will it really happen?
We don't know if it's going to happen. What's clear is it's not going to happen right away. And it takes years to move an embassy. And President Trump knows that. And that's why he actually, behind the scenes, signed another 6-month waiver stopping this embassy move from happening. So the fact of the matter is an embassy move could actually come after Donald Trump leaves office. And so then it would be up to either his administration again, if he wins re-election, or his successor to decide if this is actually going to happen.
The Arab foreign ministers meeting, what are the takeaways from that? What was your reaction?
So the Arab League held this meeting, an emergency meeting on Saturday today to deal with the situation. And what they came out with was overwhelming condemnation against the move, and also perhaps some proposals to submit a resolution to the United Nations Security Council condemning this move as well, and perhaps also convening an Arab summit at large to discuss how to move forward on this issue.
Okay, well, Wardah Khalid, we're going to have to leave it right there. Thank you. We appreciate it.